This is a GTX business model that has helped me earn passive income over the past few months. The revenue is 36,010 and the profit here is $7,000. I'm using the Zamily app to manage my dropshipping business on eBay. If you're interested in a business where you don't need to keep inventory, don't need capital, and don't have a lot of money to import goods or open a traditional store, then you can start a GTX business with the model I'm introducing today, which is dropshipping on eBay. I've talked a lot about this business model on my YouTube channel already. So today, this video is where I share with everyone how we can find evergreen products or a good niche market so that we can start doing business on eBay with products sourced from China. When it comes to China, there are two quite famous websites, AliExpress and 1688. Today, I will show everyone the method to find products that can give us a profit margin of over $20 per item when we make a sale. All right, now let's truly get into this comprehensive video together. I'm Cost and I possess over 10 extensive years of valuable experience in this field, so you can absolutely rest assured with complete confidence. We will meticulously explore every aspect of this detailed video together, and I will diligently share absolutely everything with you in great precise detail, step by careful step, to genuinely help you achieve your significant capital goals and financial aspirations. By choosing the right products from AliExpress, you can usually earn $20 for each product you sell, which is completely normal. Some of you are selling two-ticket products, meaning high-priced items, which could be $50 or even $100, not just $20. Even if we find those two-ticket products, we can still sell products with even higher prices. This is just a demo, an example that I want to share with everyone step by step from A to Z, showing you how to find products that can earn you $20 or more. But we don't need to keep inventory and we don't need a large amount of capital. I will guide everyone step by step on how to find a winning product from suppliers on Sagner. For the criteria of a winning product, let's go over a bit of theory together. To have a winning product, first, that product must bring us at least $20 in profit per unit sold. And we have to calculate it not as simply buying a product for $15 and selling it for $35 to get $20 profit, but we must also factor in the selling fees on eBay. Usually, if you sell on Shopify, the fees are higher than on eBay. On eBay, the typical fee is around 15%. Everyone, that 15%, and if you use an app on eBay, it will calculate based on the platform, so you might have to pay an additional 10%. So even though with this app we might think we're not using it, the app only charges us when we actually make a sale on eBay. Everyone, you can watch my previous videos in this series to see these parts because I won't repeat them too many times because it would be redundant and repetitive, so please check out my earlier videos. As for the app that runs ads on eBay, it charges around another 10%. So we can estimate that the total fee for selling on eBay to make a sale is about 20%, okay? As for the app fee, you don't have to run ads if you don't want to. You don't need to run ads. You can still make sales without them, but the conversion rate will be lower, okay? If we use the app, sales will come faster. Usually I have many strategies. At first, we can just use the app. But after the product starts selling, we can turn off the app, right? That's the strategy. Once the product has proven itself, has good search volume, and is established, then we can turn off the app. The product will still generate sales. Okay, that's how we save costs. At first, we might accept a 2% rate, then later bring it back to just 15%. Next, the second point is that we need to find products that have demand. That means when we look for products on AliExpress that have at least 5 orders, we can already see that there is demand. We don't need to look for products with extremely high or too many orders, whether it has around 10,000, 5,000, or even just 1,000 orders or more. For example, products with over 1,000 orders on AliExpress are already too common and too well known. Usually, we also shouldn't sell products with too many orders because if a product has very high demand, it means a lot of people are already selling it. And when more people are selling, the competition becomes even fiercer. The competition will mostly be about price, everyone. So when we sell on AliExpress, we face the issue of price comparison. That's why, and this is the third point, we need to find unique niche markets. These could be products related to gifts, decorations, or items that appeal more to customers' emotions rather than logic. Or in other words, products that are more about emotion than logic. Products like birthday gifts, gifts for mothers, gifts for fathers, or unique and eye-catching decorations. Usually, with these kinds of products, customers make purchases based on emotion. So we should look for products that customers are more likely to buy based on emotion. In that case, customers will find it hard to determine the price, okay? And we need to find a market where these products are not already saturated on eBay. If you keep doing this, when you find a product that hasn't been widely sold on eBay yet, you'll have a higher chance of making sales. You don't necessarily have to look for a product that's already a winner, already being sold a lot on eBay. When a product is already too common and widely sold on eBay, it will be driven down to the lowest possible price. So it's hard for us to make a good profit with those products. That's why, for me, I want to create a new market within the existing market. That means we introduce a new product into an old market rather than bringing an old product into an old market. Because when too many people are already selling those old products on eBay and we try to sell the same thing, customers will just compare prices. So whoever sells at the lowest price will get the sale. That's how online selling works, guys, because online selling is an open model. Anyone can compare prices. They see the same images, same products, same sizes, same descriptions. So in the end, they'll just choose the lowest price. Because eBay's algorithm will also suggest lower price products. It will show more listings from sellers who offer lower prices for the same product. So when you search on eBay, if you look up a keyword, let's say artificial flowers, usually the sellers who have sold the most on eBay are the ones offering the lowest prices. With listings like these, I simply can't compete on price, right? Because these particular listings are far too common and they're so widely and readily available. That's precisely why the prices are this incredibly low. Perhaps these sellers have imported truly large quantities, so they can comfortably afford to sell at such remarkably low prices. So we absolutely shouldn't get into those specific niches. We definitely shouldn't sell those particular kinds of products. Instead, let's creatively create a brand new product in an existing old market. That essentially means we should sell distinctly different products. I'll explain this strategic approach more thoroughly later on. Now let's smoothly move on to the fifth crucial criterion, which is small, easily manageable items that are simple to ship and genuinely don't have significant delivery risks. For example, if we were to sell fragile items or potentially messy liquids or even products that are toxic or harmful to the human body, we absolutely shouldn't sell those at all. All right, moving on now. Now let's talk about the important process of sourcing. I'll show you exactly how to do it effectively. Now I'm going to carefully look for a specific product on Librex. I'll search for a relevant keyword, a promising niche, and then I'll meticulously check the reviews, the real authentic customer reviews on Librex, and then carefully compare prices on eBay. For this particular example, I'll talk about artificial flowers. So I'll go to Librex and search for this specific keyword. Now, when I search for this keyword on Librex, a whole bunch of various artificial flower products will prominently show up. There are a great many artificial flower products available. Now, let's see. I'll carefully pick a product that customers have thoroughly reviewed on Librex. Now, let's add the chosen product to the cart. Now, let's see if there are any sellers for this particular product and check what price they're currently selling it at. Okay, let's carefully look at this product. For example, this one is currently being sold for $24.57. I can probably find this exact product on eBay. I'll copy it and then search for this product on ebay.com. If you haven't yet seen the essential video on how to choose a winning niche, please make sure to check out my previous video. I've conveniently put the link in the description below. Make absolutely sure to watch the video on choosing a winning niche because this current video is a direct continuation of that one. Now I'll look for the product, just to clearly demo for everyone. You can clearly see there are many sellers offering it for 94.9, shipped directly from China. You see there are a lot of sellers with quite high prices. They're selling it for 94.9. Is there anyone selling it for less than that? This seller just listed this product, so they're new to selling it. I noticed that the prices for this product are almost identical, right? The impressive result that we are observing is derived directly from 100 CN. Let's take a closer look at this particular 100 CN listing. You can clearly see that they are currently selling this item at a price point of $94.64, while the fundamental base price for this very same item is only a mere $24.57. And indeed, they are actively selling it for that significantly higher price of $94.64. Of course, it is important to note that this specific seller has not yet experienced a substantial amount of sales activity because they have only very recently listed this product. However, you can readily observe the Hootstore page. This particular Hootstore, as you can plainly see, possesses quite a substantial inventory of Fitbot items, specifically 10,807 units. So from this, you can clearly discern that this seller is very actively engaged in selling, and they are in fact selling a very large quantity of these items. They have already successfully made an astonishing $62,000 in total sales, which is undeniably pretty impressive, wouldn't you agree? A remarkable $62,000. Furthermore, they are currently listing an extensive inventory of 26,616 individual items. You can certainly see that, can't you? So let's think about this. They've listed a whole collection called the Rock Ship from Alibread. I think this store is just doing Rock Ship from China. I'll go into Scion and you'll see there are 26,000 results, everyone. And their Fitbot, which is a fantastic tool, is currently operating at a perfect 100% efficiency. They have successfully sold an impressive total of 62,000 individual items. So for instance, let's try to keep this explanation as simple and straightforward as possible. If I were to sell each of these items at an average price point of approximately $30, we can easily use a calculator to determine the total revenue. 62,000 items multiplied by that $30 price per item. That calculation clearly indicates that this particular store has generated a truly remarkable amount, well over $1 million in total revenue. Indeed, more than $1 million, everyone listening. It's actually somewhere closer to $2 million. And it could potentially even be more than that. But at the very least, they have already managed to make a substantial $2 million from the operations of this single store. If you take the time to click into each individual item, I have thoroughly discussed this specific topic in several of my previous videos. If you are interested in watching the full, much more detailed version of this explanation, please make sure to check out my most recent video on the subject. I will, of course, leave the direct link to that video conveniently located in the description section of this current video. Just to give you a quick summary of what you'll find, look closely, they are actually selling 2 tickets at once, everyone. They are also successfully selling high-priced items too, which is quite impressive. See, they are even selling certain items for as little as $3.89. They just recently sold this particular item today on September 7th, 2025, which is very current. So let's take a moment to check out this specific item. They sold it for $3.89, right? Let's now see if this exact item is readily available on AliExpress. Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. Okay, let's proceed and go in. But first, allow me to quickly check AliExpress, all right? I can certainly try searching for this particular item, right? It's Halloween. I can definitely try searching for this specific item to see exactly what comes up. I can search on AliExpress using what method though? I can search on AliExpress using, let's try searching by image, everyone. So for this particular item, I think they probably imported it for around $100, perhaps even $200. On here, I see a lot of available options. For example, let me try searching with more images. I can look for additional images, then search on AliExpress. I can find more relevant images, upload them, and then search to see precisely what comes up. Actually, I could even sell similar items, just like this one, everyone. These are indeed high-priced items. Look at this, right? It looks like this item is the same, doesn't it, everyone? It's the same, right? Here is this particular item. Let me carefully check it out for you. Let me thoughtfully select the vibrant green one. So you can pretty much clearly see this specific item, right? This very item here, it's priced at 164, or this other one, it's pretty much exactly the same, isn't it, everyone? Here, we have a specific item priced at 242. This particular item appears to be the most remarkably similar one available. Let's proceed to carefully open it up and examine its contents. So upon closer inspection, we can pretty much clearly see and ascertain that they are indeed sourcing this specific item from the well-known e-commerce platform Alibaba. They have thoughtfully chosen the color black for this product. There are also many different and varied sizes available, for instance, ranging from 1.60 to 1.70 symmetry meters. So these accompanying images are actually quite simple and straightforward in their presentation. Now, with the advent of advanced AI tools such as the innovative EVTine, we can all effortlessly create high-quality images just like this. We can also readily make many different and diverse images too to suit various needs. This particular item, for example, measures from 1.70 to 1.85 centimeters. They are currently selling it for a price of $380. Yes, a full $380. And if I conduct a thorough search on the Alibaba platform, it is only available for a mere $220. So after meticulously deducting all the associated fees and overheads, I strongly believe that they are making a substantial profit of about $1 per individual item. Okay, so here I am just providing a quick and illustrative example. Consider this item, or perhaps this one, or even this one. They are all being sold at a pretty significantly high price. Wouldn't you agree, everyone? They're selling it for up to a significant $6.87. That's quite crazy, really quite high. Now you can look at other items they're selling. For example, these rather sexy ones over here. I'm scrolling through for everyone to clearly see. They've already sold 2 orders, guys. Let's take a closer look at this item and see how it truly is. Okay, I can easily take a picture of this item. I can upload it to Alibaba and search for it. We don't necessarily have to sit here, import physical goods, and keep a large inventory. There are many effective ways to make money without having to import products. We can use, what is it? We use other people's resources to make money. That's all, guys. It's the same in real life. In real life, we also use other people's resources and talents to make money. Everything we know, we learn from others, right? We don't necessarily have to learn the skills ourselves. For example, do you see these items here? That's right. They're selling these things here, aren't they, guys? Right? Isn't it amazing? They're selling this one, right, guys? See, the clams are all the same, right? The clams are all the same, right? One size. So you can look for another product, find another product that has better reviews, because I see this one only has a 3-star review. Let's look for one with better reviews, okay? Here, this one is $48 and has better reviews. We have to check the reviews, guys. Look, this one is exactly right, isn't it? And this product is priced at $42.79. And how much are they selling it for? $92, right? For example, with this product earlier, I already found 2 products, right? Earlier, I already found 2 products, right, guys? Earlier, I already found 2 products, right? I'm showing everyone that I've already found 2 products, right? So far, as I've been demonstrating, I found 2 products with you all, right? 2 products. We don't need to import goods. We don't need to stock inventory, and we can still make money, right? This item is being sold for $92.95. You're not seeing it wrong. And they've already sold 2 orders. Everyone, 2 units right here. Got it? And their original price here, the original price you can see from the image is $42.79. Okay? And this item is being sold for $92.95. So we've already made a profit of over $10. So from this KST, do you think you could do this yourself? You can readily source for yourself 10 truly original and unique items like this, or even many more. We could even potentially go up to a substantial 100 or even a remarkable 1,000 individual items and then meticulously list them on our thriving eBay store in order to make a significant profit, right? So, because when we sell on eBay, we're already using free traffic, everyone. We're taking advantage of free traffic on eBay. eBay has an incredibly strong buying force, a huge demand for purchases, and by selling there, we don't need to run ads on Facebook or on other platforms. There's no need to spend money on advertising upfront, right? We sell our products and then we pay the selling fees on eBay. So what exactly is that fee, everyone? It's the app fee. After we've made a sale, that's when we pay that app fee, okay? So as I've already demonstrated to everyone, not only can we earn profits of over $20 per item, but sometimes even $100, right? Sometimes we can even earn profits of over $100, okay? So as you can see, the information I'm sharing with you in this video is extremely valuable. It means that we don't need to import goods ourselves. We can use other people's sources. More specifically, these are sources from China, from AliExpress. But if we buy from 1688, it's even cheaper than AliExpress because AliExpress is a retail site while 1688 is a wholesale site. It's similar to Alibaba. For example, international customers often buy from AliExpress because it has an English interface, which is easier to read, while 1688 is in Chinese, so it's a bit harder to navigate. If you want to import goods from 1688, you have to go through a shipping agent in China. That means you need to use a service, a Chinese import service. You have to contact a local company in your area. Usually, wherever you are, there are always such services available. Of course, you have to pay for the service. If you want information, you pay for it. If you want a service, you have to look for a local provider. Almost every city or country has companies that import goods from China. They can all import from 1688 to your country. Depending on your country, you need to check the import tax regulations, so you should contact your local customs office. If you ask me, I can't possibly know the regulations for every country, okay? So In this video, I've shared some pretty useful information. I hope you learned something from it. If you like my channel and want me to share even more valuable content, please subscribe. I'll keep sharing more in the future. And if you have any difficulties, just leave a comment and I'll take the time to answer all your questions. Goodbye, and I wish you success in your practice. Please like my channel to motivate me to keep sharing more value with you. Goodbye, everyone, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.